Alright, so I'm going to do another comic review real quick, and this was one I got at the same time I had purchased the Ra's al Ghul issue, and that is Milestone 30th Anniversary Special. It feels like a lot of things are celebrating their 30th anniversary. Jurassic Park, Power Rangers, Milestone. In other words, we're old. Doesn't that just make you want to walk outside into traffic? Does make me feel like that sometimes, but I'm not here to listen to intrusive thoughts. I'm here to talk about this issue of Milestone. It was a 96-page giant that is a anthology that is a compilation of different stories brought together by different writers. You have you have a lot of cool stories in here from young up-and-coming writers, and some are major writers in the business. So it's a nice mix. I really do appreciate that this is like a cool mix of the two. I really do appreciate that this is like a neat mix of both new writers and old writers for this. And Milestone, I haven't read anything from the new imprint of Milestone, not because I don't want to, it's because I don't generally know where to start. And according to Chris, he is sending me, I think either Icon or he's definitely sending me Milestone titles. I know he's sending me, I don't know if it's Static or Hardware or Icon, but yeah, I definitely want to read more Milestone books. It was a very big thing in the 90s. It got integrated into the DC universe, and now it's back to being its own imprint again. Although there is one story that made me go, really does feel like they want to put them back together again. And that's the story that made me want to get this comic in the first place, of a team-up between Static and Batman Beyond. This really does play... This story basically is the first official, I guess you could say crossover between Milestone and in the new era of Milestone with the DC universe, of having Static meet Terry. Now, this isn't like, oh, they've crossed universe. No, it's kind of like in the animated show, remember, in the animated series of Static, where Static met Batman Beyond, and from there they teamed up to save his future self. It was much like that. It was basically like that kind of thing going on, where the hero, the team basically unites in here, but it's for a different thing. It's more of a giant monster, and it's more of like Static giving Terry a pep talk. This is like a Terry in his younger years, and Static is like, look, you don't need to be... you're not Bruce Wayne, but you are Batman. So don't be Bruce Wayne Batman, go be Terry. It's one of those stories where it's like, you know what, dude, go be, you don't have... It's like Family Guy, you go out there and be the best Stewie Plug. Don't try to be a Jared Plug. You go out there and be the best Stewie Plug you can be, right? So, something like... That's a Family Guy reference right there, I know. But yeah, there are also some really fun stories of, like the cover insinuates and what it's parroting, is that yes, we do have a meeting of the original 2021 relaunch of Static meeting the 1993 Static. It's a nice cross-genre of... and it's kind of oddball, too, because, like, there's a moment where you think to yourself, does that mean that the 1993 era of Milestone is in the DC multiverse, and this is and the 2021 is a splinter of that Earth? Makes you think, right? It legit makes you think for a second of, like, could that be the case of what we're dealing with here? There's a lot of cool stories in here. Like I said, my favorite is Static Beyond, which is the Static Batman Beyond one. There's also some stories involving Icon, as well as some other things that... Basically, there's things that, like, cool one-and-done stories, as well as stuff that builds up to the future of the new Milestone era. Because from what I understand is that Milestone has been doing really good since its big relaunch. So it's really nice to see that, Virgil and everyone else over in the Milestone universe is making that big comeback, and it's really satisfying to see it. So, anyway, yeah. So I dug this. For it's about $9.99, but for 96 pages and a few good story. Here's some really good stories. I'd recommend it. I think it's still out. I think definitely. I think it came out this week or earlier in the month. But yeah, I managed to pick this comic up. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and this is the first Milestone book I've had collected of this, at least of this era, in my collection. So that's really cool. So if you guys have read the Milestone 30th anniversary, let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of it? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. And yeah, have you been reading the 2021 relaunch of Milestone? Are you guys liking it? Are you guys not? Let me know in the comments below if you have or not. Let me and also give me some comics to check out. So, but other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.